That's the most challenging thing about a diagnosis like CRPS is that it is so painful that obviously it generates a label like the suicide disease or suicide syndrome. And that's a very true reality. I was certainly there myself when I was dealing with pain. The sad thing is that you go get tests and scans and doctors search for answers physically, but oftentimes nothing is ever found. They will tell you that, your limb has healed or your nerve has healed if you were diagnosed like type 2. If you were diagnosed type 1, where it just came on insidiously, they'll tell you there's nothing wrong. Doctors will often blame you and say that you're seeking medication or you're faking it or it's all in your head. And that is a very real problem. And clinically, there are actually things going on physically in your body. It's just that the driving force is not something physical, like some sort of damage or structural defect. You will often have structural defects or damage, but those do not always lead to lasting and persistent pain. So, what's happening from a clinical perspective is your alarm system, your body's nervous system, has become centrally sensitized. It's become hyperactive. And what happens over time is our nervous system ratchets up, ratchets up, ratchets up, and our alarm system is just ringing all the bells. And CRPS is the final message from the nervous system that something's wrong. And so what happens is your nervous system starts sending you signals to get your attention that something needs to change, and it'll choose something in your body, maybe a hand, maybe a foot, to make you hypersensitive. Most people will say something like, well, everyone has those problems in their life. That's in fact true, but here's the
Right.
difference. The individuals that end up with alphabet syndromes or CRPS, they are a specific type of individual, extremely empathetic individuals. They
Okay.
notice other people's emotions and often take them on. They're chronic, recovering people pleasers. They will
Mhm.
take care of others at the expense of themselves. And eventually, their nervous system calls out to them in the form of symptoms or pain.